Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Jay's Fifth Down podcast. I am your host Jaden here today, and we are going to be talking about the biggest surprises of the 2023 season in the NFL so far up to this point. And we're entering Week 16. We already entered Week 16 on Thursday night with the Saints and the Rams, but as we continue throughout the weekend slate here and everything with the holidays, we'll talk about that. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Hope you please continue to do that and follow us here on Spotify, every other podcast platform you have. Check us out on YouTube here as well, and any other podcast platform. Hopefully everybody has a great holiday, spending time with their families, this Christmas weekend. So hopefully you guys have a good time with your families, friends, loved ones, and watch some football because we got a lot of football this weekend. Got a lot of football today, tomorrow, of course, Christmas Eve, and on Christmas Day we got some football and NBA as well. So a lot of sports to watch, so kick back, relax, open your gifts and stuff this weekend and, have a good time, eat you some good food and watch some NFL football because we got it. But before we get into that, like I said, I just want to talk about the biggest surprises here of the season. So this has been a year where, we've had a lot of different teams that have been playing really well. A lot of teams that, some of them, of course, that we expected, right? The 49ers, the Eagles. Well, as of late, they haven't been playing all that well, but the Eagles, your usual top teams. Dallas has been playing, decently throughout the regular season, except when they have to go on the road. But there have been other squads though that have been a little surprising to me. One of them I'll say is the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are 11-3 right now. They play San Francisco on Christmas Day at 8:15. I did not think that Baltimore was going to be this good this year. I mean, I knew they were going to be good, but they always get injured and stuff, and hopefully that doesn't happen for them again. But I don't. They look really good this year, better than they've looked in a while. Probably since the year that they went to the playoffs with Lamar Jackson a couple years back. When he won the MVP. That's the last time I saw the Ravens really look dominant on both sides of the football, and that's what they look like this year. And I think that's going to continue, and that's really been shocking to me because I just didn't think they would be this good, and they've been playing really well. They've been able to run the football extremely well, and the passing game has been there as there also. Lamar Jackson's passing has improved. He's, granted the Ravens have gotten him some better choices to throw the ball to. Zay Flowers and Odell Beckham, and they made a concerted effort to get receivers on that, on that team, and that's what they've done, and it's helped Lamar Jackson out a good bit there. And you're starting to see he's as the last couple of years have gone on, he's starting to get better at his mechanics, his quarterback mechanics. He's starting to understand, seeing the field better, and he's a little more accurate as well with his throws. So that's always a good thing. And it's going to come in handy for them, come playoff time. So I'm very excited to see what happens there. But that was a big surprise for me, and next, I'll dive into the Carolina Panthers. This was a complete dumpster fire, for the Panthers this year. You draft the top quarterback in Bryce Young. He's the number one pick in the NFL draft. Everybody knew that going into the draft. He gets picked by the Panthers on the one. They traded DJ Moore and a couple picks for the first pick from the Bears, and they went ahead and got Bryce Young. So. And they hired Frank Reich, who has been an offensive guru, throughout his career coaching, with the Eagles and with the Colts as well. He's known to have good offenses in this league and everything like that. And the Panthers defense, Brian Burns he came back and played this year. A lot of people thought he was probably going to leave or whatever, not play, hold out until he got his contract. But he came back, So yeah, the Panthers on paper, had a chance to at least be a somewhat, reasonable average team, with at least 5 wins, 6, 7 wins on the year up to this point. I wasn't expecting them to win any more than that, but at least 6 or 7 wins, and they haven't gotten that yet at all. They haven't won that many games. They just have been really bad. The play calling has been bad for Frank Reich. Offensively, they just they're doing a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing. Bryce Young is he's getting killed back there in the pocket. Offensive line is not doing their job either. So a lot of things going wrong for Carolina this year, for the Panthers, and it's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you when you're David Tepper and you decide to keep ruining your franchise, like he's been doing the past couple of years and being an owner. So if you want more elaboration on that, there's lots of podcasts out there with former players talking about it. Cam Newton's been on a lot of different podcasts talking about that and the culture that's no longer in Carolina, and how it's just gone. And so if you want more information on that, check those videos out. But yeah, there is no culture with the Panthers anymore. They don't, as a fan of an NFC South team with the Falcons, I do not fear the Panthers when we play them. I don't. I used to, I won't say fear, but maybe like I used to think, okay, yeah, man, Panthers have a chance to win this game, especially 2015, 2016, maybe 2017. They were decent. They were good. They could come in and give you a game. Cam Newton could come in and give you a game. Christian McCaffrey, we all know he was getting the ball a lot, and he was a tough player to stop. And now, now we're at a point where the Panthers just this. I mean, this has been a really bad year for them. Defensively, they've been okay. They've been all right defensively, but offensively, it's just been not good. The play calling again is just not good. They're calling very questionable things. Like it's just I've even watching their games. I'm like, what are they doing? You know, so for their sake, hopefully they figure it out. But I've been surprised so much by how bad they've been this year. I didn't think they'd be this bad. The Panthers. So um, that was a big surprise for me. I know about you guys, but I don't know if you expected Carolina to be that good. To be not good. I mean, to be that bad. I mean, to be that bad. Uh, and now they fired Frank Wright, so you know Chris Tabor, who was a special teams coach, he took over, and they got to find something, man. They got to find something to keep their themselves alive and find something to reignite the culture that used to be there, the keep pounding culture, which what made them the Panthers, gave them that type of identity. They have no identity right now. They have no identity offensively. They don't have an identity defensively. So that's an issue. When you're in the NFL, your team has to have some type of identity. Whether it be offensively or defensively. Some teams are known in the NFL for their identities. Where the Chiefs known for, they're known for having a very explosive offense that can score a lot. And they also are known for having the defense that can win them some games too, but that's not usually the case a lot of the time, right? And it goes for a lot of other places as well. Everybody, every profession has identity. Every company, every job, they have something that a reputation with what they hold, and when it's ruined, it can be very easy to just give up and throw in the towel, you know. But the Panthers, they need to figure out a way to get back on track. So that's been another big shocker for me. And now we're going to really dive into players. And this everybody knows. This guy. He's been playing really good football this year. And if you don't know him, you should look him up and research him. But Puka Nakua, man, I've been super impressed by this rookie. He has played amazing so far this year. I mean, I never seen a rookie receiver, well, in a while that's been this good, in his first year. I mean, Matthew Stafford trusts him a lot, especially when Cooper Cup was out hurt. He trusted Nakua a lot, and he came up big in a few games there. And I was happy that he's getting the chance to show what he can do. He's proven his worth. He's proven that he should be kept around on this roster, and brought back. So yeah, Puka Nakua, man, very, very. He has been very shocking to me how well he's been able to play this year. How well he's been able to play football this year as a rookie receiver, if at that. So extremely impressive for Puka Nakua there. Yeah, I mean, it's just different now. Like you would think a rookie receiver would just get this mentality and he just wants to go out there and he just wants to lay it all out there. So for his teammates and for the franchise, and I've been really impressed by him. Uh, Interestingly enough, he One second. Yeah. So this year, Puka has over 1,000 yards receiving, 1,327 to be exact. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. So I mean, that's a very good year for a rookie. So that's just all I'm going to say with that. But I mean, yeah, I've been super impressed by what he's done this year. And yeah, future is bright for a lot of these squads. They just have to do the right thing, you know, and do the right thing, get the right players in the building, get the right coaches in the building as well, and just set the tone. And that's how you win. That's how you win in this league. So I mean, yeah, I just don't understand like why. I mean, this is like I said, it's one of those interesting seasons. I mean, a lot of teams are just like a lot of teams are still in the thick of it, in the mix of the playoff race. And it's interesting. Like I mean, another squad that popped out to me is the Indianapolis Colts. If you think about it, because so technically, when Anthony Richardson went down, they really should have not been able to do much good after that. Like they shouldn't be still in the mix for a playoff spot right now, and yet they are. They play the Falcons on Sunday, so that's a must win for them. They want to continue to keep their hopes alive, making the playoffs. But the Colts. I mean, Shane Steichen, what he's done with after losing a starting quarterback and coming in and still being able to consistently, for the most part, put up points, and you know, uh, it's just been really great, for them. So they're gonna have to figure out how they're going to, well, they're gonna figure out how they want to make this happen. So yeah, that pretty much. I mean, like I said, guys, that there's just a few things I noticed. Right, we're still not through the season yet, but for the most part, up to this point, like I said, I noticed, Um, it's just a lot of different things. So I guess I will see you guys next week. I'm Jay Smith Down. Thank you for listening and watching, however you are checking this podcast out. And we will see you next time.